So Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas has started imposing a filming permit on people that are using so-called professional camera setups. What does this all mean for your favorite blog channels? What does this mean for everybody coming into town? Are you going to be chased out by security guards telling you that your camera is too big and it's professional? Or is this just much ado about nothing? How's it going out there, everybody? My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys would like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the future notifications. And what do you think about these new restrictions on Fremont Street? I'm interested in your comments below, so leave us a comment on that. If you guys want to further support the channel, you can head on over to Facebook, where we have our group Not Leaving Las Vegas. You can also head on over to the Patreon or over to the YouTube channel memberships, and you're going to get a 14-minute long video right now. That is the Mirage Volcano Show, the new version that opened years ago. I filmed it in 4K HDR. You'll get that now. The rest of YouTube will get it whenever, maybe never, because I always like to put content in places for people that do the extra support things. And if you guys want to get something in return for your support, head on over to the VegasFacemasks.com site. This is my wife's company. She makes them handmade, send out to you with free shipping anywhere in the United States. This is called Blue Mosaic, one of the best ones that we have, most popular, that is to say. We ship anywhere in the United States for free. We also ship internationally. These things have been to Canada, Australia, the Netherlands. We've sent these out to the Philippines. We've sent these out all over the world, and I'm so proud of her and what she's created. And they really are a proprietary design that she took months to perfect, and you're going to love them too. So, getting to the topic at hand, the other me on YouTube, brought to my attention by my friend Steve D. Steve D is always looking out for Vegas information. He channels it on to me, so I thank him for the tips. He pointed out a video that the other me had filmed on Fremont Street just a Friday or two ago, where he was approached by security and told to put his professional setup away, that he needed a permit. Now you can tell in this video I'm going to show you in just a few seconds that he is using a professional type camera. It's basically a detachable lens camera. I won't get into the details, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. You can see the black background blur. It looks really nice on him. So he was told to put his camera away. Let's roll that footage right now. And I'm not getting his permission to use this footage, so please don't sue me, bro. But if you guys do watch YouTube, you might want to check out the other me's channel. I'll put the link in the description of this video, and you guys can check him out. He does Vegas content. But here's that video.
All right, so if you guys can see those security guards walking away, guys, I was literally just stopped on Fremont Street and told that I had to have a permit to film down here. The only reason why I'm being allowed to film now is because I took the tripod portion of my gimbal off the camera. I'm standing in line to cross while I'm crossing Civic Center right now.
So as you can see, filming on Fremont Street, somebody who is not a big production company, just one person, told to put the camera away because it's professional. He was told to put his tripod away. It's professional. What does it all mean? Well, I called down to Fremont Street Experiences Security after I learned about this, and I talked to somebody named Baker 3. They won't give you their real names. It's to keep their employees safe, and I completely understand. Baker 3 told me that they do have a permit that's required. You actually have to get the permit from both the city of Las Vegas and a second permit from the Fremont Street Experience, which is it's a company, by the way. Fremont Street Experience is a thing that you see, but it's actually a business entity. She said that if you're going to be using a tripod, which makes total sense, you can't film, you're now a professional, get your permit. But she also said that if you're going to be using any kind of professional camera, you need to get a permit. When I asked her what a professional camera was in their opinion, she wasn't able to actually explain that to me. So tripods make a lot of sense. Tripods are an obstruction on the sidewalk, and in general there's a rule all over Vegas in the county that you can't obstruct the sidewalk for any personal use unless you're a not-for-profit. They know that people who are using a tripod are more or less likely, if they're filming or taking photos, are more or less likely to be turning their work into money at some point. So they want to make sure that they're taking proper precautions and not just having a bunch of tripods on Fremont Street. Okay, fair enough. You know who also does that? The Grand Canal Shops over at the Venetian and Palazzo, as well as the Forum Shops at Caesar's Palace. And they have a pretty clear-cut policy. Always ask before you're going to go try to film something or take photos, everybody. That's important. But what is a professional camera, I asked her. I mean, Is this old 10-year-old Panasonic camera a professional camera? Is it the 2 or 3-year-old Lumix that I'm using to film this video in my studio? Or is it one of these little compact cameras that happens to take great video, made by Sony, just came out last year? She didn't have an answer to that. It harkens back to the days when I was living up in Calgary, where I'm from originally, Calgary, Canada. Went to a Calgary Flames game, tried to bring a camera that didn't even shoot video. I mean, it shot 10-second clips at a resolution that was lower than the very first iPhone. They said the lens was too big. I shot back that this is a consumer camera. Can I please bring it in? They let me do it, but they were just worried about the lens size. So this camera seems really small right now until I take off the lens and put a much bigger one on. So what is a professional camera? I don't know. That's a big problem. That's ambiguity. So how do they determine it? We're not sure. Are they going to shut bloggers down when they see them with this kind of a camera on Fremont? Possibly. Just don't bring your tripod. We're okay so far. So I decided to look a little bit further into this and see if this was a policy that existed for a long time. She didn't know what the policy existed for a long time. All she knew at Baker 3 down at the security at Fremont was that they were enforcing it and that she learned about it in the last year. I went to their website and I actually Googled for Fremont Street filming permit. It brought me to their official site. I dropped that into a site called archive.org. Archive.org, if you're not aware, is a site that allows you to capture any URL on the internet. They capture it. You can view it later on. So if you want to see what the MGM Grand Hotel website looked like in 1998, you can do that on archive.org as long as the site exists. And this site didn't exist past 2020. It didn't, basically in the fall of 2020, they put this page up. Meaning that, to me, they could have had this policy in place but never made a website, but more likely, more logically, they just kind of made this policy happen, and this is a new thing that they're doing right now. So why would they do it now? It makes no sense. Don't they understand that they're basically chasing away people like myself and the other me who are going to be giving them tons of publicity? They might, but they might also be looking at it like this. Hey, look, revenues are down right now. In a regular world, we have hundreds of thousands of people that go down to Fremont Street every single month, and now we have a fraction of that, if not even more. I'm not sure what the stats exactly are on Fremont. In a regular world, we have the shows going at the stages on Fremont, and we also have vendors who are packing Fremont and paying top dollar to the Fremont Street Experience LLC. I'm sure they have some kind of business entity, like I mentioned, and those people are not there anymore. In a regular world, we have street performers taking up all the circles who are paying licensing fees. In a regular world, we get a lot bigger cut of the pie of the money that's out there, so let's make some money off of the bloggers if they're going to be monetizing it. And you know what? It makes sense in a way. They're not making money off of bloggers by monetizing this. They're looking for people who are using a camera that's a little bit bigger than this, a lot newer, but shoots in a quality that can be used on Netflix or major production numbers. They're trying to get the money back from those people, but they don't seem to be differentiating between people like the other me or myself, who are just small time, who have an audience and a following online, and who are essentially going ahead and bringing the experience to people who might be coming here, will just miss Las Vegas and might just want to go ahead and catch up, or might be considering coming here and having us help sell the deal to them, so to speak. But you got to remember something, okay? Yes, some of us bloggers are making money off these things, but this is not our primary goal. I know I show you guys Fremont Street, so I can go ahead and just do it for the love of showing you Las Vegas. I like the energy. I like the activity. I like Fremont Street. It's one of my favorite places in all of Las Vegas, to be honest with you. And the addition of Circa opening up means that it's even more of a modern kind of hip vibe. And what Derek Stevens has done with, the Fremont Street towards Main Street is fantastic. Go look at the Golden Gate in the D. See all the activity. It's become a hub. But at the same time, yeah, Fremont Street, you have to watch yourself, because when y'all wanted us to be there on New Year's Eve, people argued that you should shut the street down. And from what I read, and I'd have to find the quote, something to the effect of, we're a public street, we can't do that was said. But if you're a public street, you have to run it like a public street. If you want to be a private street and you want to make it known that you're a private street, you have to go ahead and you have to let everybody know we are a private entity. We can do what the casinos do. And then all of us will be on notice that we better ask permission for things. And for the record, the filming permit is $500 for a crew of 1 to 10 people. 1 to 10 people would cost $500 to go down and film one time. And that's very prohibitive. There's no blogger in the world in all of Las Vegas who's making $500 from a single video. It's just not going to happen. Your return on investment isn't there. And if they did enforce this to the max, I fear that it would get rid of the free publicity that's being generated for Fremont Street. It would eventually hurt the local community of people who are just trying to get by doing a YouTube video here or there that need to make some kind of extra income to help their bills get paid. And it would hurt people like me that just like to go down and once in a while sneak a nicer camera onto Fremont Street to show people a nicer, less grainier looking view, because the better the quality of the camera, the better the footage, the better your experience as a YouTube viewer. This isn't cause for you to be upset at Fremont Street. I recommend, if you're coming to Vegas, that you go there. One of my favorite places in the whole city to go down to. But it is a bit of a new era type thing for venues like Fremont or anywhere else in this country where people are just losing money left, right, and center. I imagine this doesn't ever have a problem with me personally. I'm not too worried. This is not a professional camera. This is just a little $400 prosumer type of deal. But it does put me on notice to watch what I'm doing in Vegas and make sure I play by the rules, because that's what I always like to do. What's your opinion on all of this? What do you think about it? I'm curious to know in the comments below. Make sure you do like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for the future notifications. If you guys want to support us further, head on over to Facebook. It's free. There's a group called Not Leaving Las Vegas. You can also head on over to VegasFaceMask.com. This is called Blue Mosaic. These are the only 2 masks you'll ever need, and I absolutely love them. The wife makes them out here, ships them out to you, 2 for $25. Buy one at $25, get one free. So if you're still looking for licensed stuff, we send you that for free. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So if you're ready for all this, we say 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you for watching. You're always the best part of my morning. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and click.